Hello everyone, welcome again to another wonderful episode of the Kiddiesshow. I hope you've enjoyed our last video. I'm sure you learned one or two things. And did you share with your friends? Did you tell your friends about our page, our channels? Make sure you are spreading the good news. Welcome, 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 welcome. Today is a family meeting. So call mommy, call daddy, everybody come and have a feel of what Kiddiesshow is all about today. I have a very interesting topic for everyone. Even if your uncle is around, your aunties are around, everybody needs to watch today's show. Okay, so today's topic is great moral values. You can see everybody needs to know what great moral values are. Our society is in their need of great moral values these days. So everybody needs to know what great moral values are all about. Okay, so yeah, let me just repeat myself again. Great moral value is our topic for today. What are moral values? What's the importance of having great moral value in our society, our home, our workplace, our schools? Anyway, do we really need to have values? Do we really need morals in our society today? So, what are moral values? What are moral values? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Do you know what moral values are? I know you must have heard the word values, you must have heard the word values, you must have heard about morals. What are really morals? What are values? I'll just tell you in short. Moral values are those ideologies society tends to be right. Those are moral values. And they are things that, when are done continuously, forms a very good standard in different societies that we find ourselves. So moral values are things the society consider important. They are things society consider important. They are things that are generally or socially acceptable. Those are moral values. Things that society tends to be acceptable. Things that society tends to be right or wrong. Those are moral values. So what are these moral values? What are those things that the society tends to be acceptable generally? And believe you me, there are things that are accepted in every country. It's worldwide. Whether you are in America, you are in Germany, you are in Africa, just name anywhere you are. They are generally acceptable anywhere in the world. So what are those moral values? The first one is respect. If you don't have respect for people in America, there's no way you can come to Africa and have respect for people in Africa. So if you don't have respect in Africa, even if you go to Europe, you cannot have respect. So what is the moral respect? What are those values respect stands for? Now, as parents, you have to teach your children to respect people. You know, generally we are taught to respect elders. No, we need to teach our children to respect everybody, every human, whether young or old. You know, you feel, oh, because this person is younger than me, so I don't need to respect this person. That's not true. That's not right. You have to respect everybody, whether young or old. Learn to show the same respect you have for elder people to younger ones. Don't bully people because they are younger than you. You're not supposed to treat them bad because you are older than them. So you have to respect both old and young. Okay? All right, another moral value we need to know as children, as adults, is family. Children are to be taught, or adults who really don't know the value of family are to be taught how to value family. Children are to be taught how to value family. Give them a sense of belonging, because family is a place where they are nurtured. Family is a place that gives them this sense of belonging. So if they don't know the value or the importance of family, they tend to misbehave to other members of the family. They need to know that everybody is part and parcel of this small unit called family. So by so doing, they'll be able to look out for each other. They'll be able to be with each other through thick and thin. When things are going bad, they'll stick together. When things are going right, they'll still stick together. They should have that sense of protection, that okay, fine, this person is part of me, this person is part of me. Without me, this person is not fine. Without me, this person won't be fine. Without this person, I also won't be fine. So they at the end of the day, form this bond, you know, that grows from just them, then to grow, by the time they also get married, have their own family, they'll transport the same value they have in their family into their own family. And by so doing, the world will, at the end of the day, become one global village. All right, so it's not just technology that can unite all of us together. Family is the nitty-gritty, is the source of having a global village. If you don't have a good family value, you can't have a good global value. Let me put it that way. All right, another value we need to teach children and adults is adjusting and compromising. You need to teach children, you need to learn that things won't go your way every time. So you need to teach them as parents that at some point they need to learn to adjust and compromise. Sometimes you have, okay, you used to live in a bigger house and maybe things change and maybe your finance took a downturn. You need to learn to teach your children that they will not always have to live in a big house. When you have to move to a smaller house to cut down your expenses. So by the time you get in that smaller house, they will not start throwing tantrums that, oh, if I were in the other house, if our house was bigger, just if, you know, you need to teach them at young age that things can change at any time. So they need to compromise, but you need to also teach them that the level of compromise shouldn't be at the point where their lives are at risk. Yeah, another value you need to teach your children, and children, another value you need to learn is the help mentality. As parents, you need to teach your children to learn to help people, not just elderly people. You know, they need to learn to help people even younger than them, because when we're growing up, we're only taught to help, you know, elder people to, you know, carry their groceries and all that. We also need to teach them to help people that are younger than us, and also learn to ask for help when they need one. They shouldn't die in silence when they actually can ask for help to make their life easier. So help mentality is also very important. If all of us as adults learned how to help each other, by the time we grow older, we'll be able to teach our children to how to help, you know, themselves. And at the end of the day, the society will now be filled with people who have this empathetic mentality, people that are empathetic, people that can, you know, help without even expecting anything back, because help you give out today will still come back to you. All right, okay, another one you need to learn as children, another value you need to learn as children is respecting religion. Everybody has a right to, you know, choose the religion they want to practice in this world that we are. So teach children to respect other children that are not from the same religion that they practice. It's not a time to let your children feel that, oh, because they are from this particular religion, then these other children, because they are not practicing the same religion with you, then they are enemies. No, you need to teach them that they need to respect everybody's religion, irrespective of whatever religion they choose to practice. You know, by so doing, we will have less terrorism in the world, less trouble in the world, if only everybody can learn to accept and, you know, embrace everybody's religion. I think this world will be better. Okay, so another thing you need to learn, another good moral value you need to learn is honesty. Yes, children, listen, and parents, it's also your duty to instill these things inside of these children. Honesty. At a young age, you need to learn honesty. You need to learn to be honest. And as parents, give these children the ability, build this capacity inside of them to tell the truth at every point in time. Do not build fear in them, because fear kind of reduces their level of honesty. Create a ground for them where they will be able to tell you the truth without fear. You know, let them know that they can tell you anything. Because by the time they know that, oh, if I tell mommy that I did this thing, mommy will shout or mommy will be angry, they will not be able to say the truth. Even if they know that they need to, at a point where they know that they need to say the truth, they will still not be honest with you, because they know that your reaction will not be nice. So you, as parents, you need to also master your emotions, you know, have some level of emotional intelligence, how to be able to manage crisis. When your children do something wrong and they are telling you the truth, do not just go off the roof and start screaming the whole house down. You need to manage your emotions at that time, so that they will have the confidence to tell you the truth, you know, when next they do something wrong. And as children, learn to be honest, even if you know that mommy will be angry, learn to be honest, because it pays to be honest. I tell you a fact, it pays to be honest. All right, another one we need to learn, as children, is to never hurt anyone. Never hurt anyone. Never hurt anyone. You need to teach your children to learn not to hurt anyone, irrespective of the level of provocation. And when they hurt someone, teach them to apologize, even if the person is younger than them. Even at home, sometimes they hurt their younger ones and they just brush it off because she's a baby, so I don't need to apologize to them. You need to teach them to be empathetic. You need to teach them to learn to take responsibility for their actions. When they do wrong, let them know instantly that they did wrong and teach them to apologize. Teach them to care for their younger ones, even if they know that, yes, even if they intentionally did whatever they did, teach them to apologize. Teach them not to hurt anyone, irrespective of the person's age or race or color. Okay, I don't want to bore you with too many information. So we'll just go on a short break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Before we continue, help me show your neighbor, your enemies, and the whole world how big your God is. Spread those hands, spread those hands. Spread those hands, spread those hands. O tua kachine kanyidio. Some of you, your God is not very big. Spread your hands one more time. Spread your hands, spread your hands. If you know how big the miracle you received in the next 5 months will look like, you have already received it already. But if you know how big it is, just spread. Are you ready? Oh, tuaka chine kanyi dio. Say. I want to do it one more time. But this time, as you are extending that, now so extra zeros going to enter your account. So get ready. Carry enough air in your something. Spread those hands. Throw your hands back. Are you ready? O tua kachine kanyi di. You say. Watch me. Say, Agiriba. Make sure you're moving forward wherever you are in your house. Start looking for those areas where you want miracle to happen. Agiriba. Even for our children, their God is very big too. Agiriba. Some of you are not moving forward. I say move forward. Agiriba. Say, get. Somebody is just stepping into a brand new house. Some of them are just balanced. They look me. Who am I talking about? Who just entered brand new church house? Get. Sure, you're not moving sideways. Forward. Get. Somebody just entered a brand new car. Who am I talking about? You just stepped into a brand new, is it Mercedes-Benz or Range Rover? Which one? Say, get. Shh. Now do your hands like this. This bad that you want to do now, it is to give the devil black eyes. It is to give Corona bad black eyes. Anything that opposes your growth, do your hands like this. Say, back. Do like this. Uppercut. Bah! 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 Now you're going to look for any negative thing around you now. Even if not a human being, knock and down. Say bah! 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 Somebody scream! Okay. Now that you have done all of this, can we now celebrate? Let's celebrate. Let's go. Come on. Get your dance on. Get your dance on. Get your neighbor. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now spread your hands like this. Spread your hands. Let's go. Let's go. Stay. Let's go. Let's go. Stay. Go to our country. Let's go. Jehovah, now you with a strike like thunder. Now you with a cut asunder. Now you with a hot like fire, my provider. If my body not so sober, let's go see. Oh, to walk on Gina. So you're going to raise your right hand, you're going to raise your left hand, you're going to turn around, and you're going to raise your both hands. Can I teach you? Can I teach you? See, Jesus, Obugi Waka. Jesus, Obugi Waka. See, for all you have done and all you will do. Turn around. Jesus, Obugi. Can we do it? Everybody sing with. Shower. I cannot repay for all you have done. Jesus, a boogie walk. Everyone. Let's go. Put your hand on your neighbor's shoulder. Get everybody in your compound, in your house. Put your hands in their shoulder. Everybody must be connected to somebody. Are you ready? God will carry you through this season. Let's go. Carry me, there go. Jehovah, carry me, there go. Let's go. Carry me, there go. Jehovah, carry me, there go. There go. Well, carry me, there go. Jehovah, carry me, there go. Well, carry me, carry me, carry me, carry me, carry me, carry me, carry me.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that short break. I also enjoyed it back here in the studio, and I'm sure you also enjoyed it. Please, in case you're not following us on any of our social media platforms, please go ahead and like our pages. Make sure you share with your friends, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel and drop a comment whenever you visit our page. Okay, so let's continue from where we stopped. Another good moral value you need to teach your children as parents and as children, one good moral value you need to learn is theft. You need to teach your children at young age that stealing is bad. Yes, children, stealing is a terrible offense. Teach your children, parents, at a very young age not to bring home anything that doesn't belong to them. From stealing small things, they might graduate to taking something very big and costly, which might land them into trouble that will warrant you to go to the station to go bail them from the police. I'm sure you don't want to spend your money bailing your children for stealing, all right? So you need to teach them at a very young age that stealing is bad. Theft is wrong, irrespective of whatever it is that is involved. Okay, another good moral value is to cultivate the love for education. You need to learn to cultivate your love for education at a very young age as children. Because, hey, let me tell you, education is one of the biggest, in fact, the biggest weapon you can have. And it is this weapon that can impact your life, that will open doors for you. Don't mind people that always tell other people that education is a scam, school is a scam. Don't mind them. Education is one of the keys that open doors for people. Even if you are doing business, you need some level of education to cope with the business you're running. So you need to teach your children at a very young age to embrace, not just embrace, to love education. Children, when you're asked to go to school, you're not the one paying, you're just to go get the education. So do yourself the favor to get this education. Don't say, oh, people that didn't go to school, that dropped, they still turned out well. Most of them still went back to school to get the needed, qualifications for them to get to the level they are today. All right, so education is very important. Cultivate the love for education very early in life, and you will enjoy it. All right. Okay, so now I want to ask you, have you learned anything so far? If yes, please drop a comment. We would like to read from you. So the next thing we'll be discussing now is how to inculcate this moral value in your children. As parents, how do you inculcate this moral value into your children? How do you help your children to form these moral values as they grow up in life? The first thing to do as a parent is to practice what you preach. I mentioned in our last video that children, they learn faster when they see you do what you ask them to do. When you're asking them to do, they learn faster from you. You're like a role model to them. So if you are telling them not to tell lies and they see you tell lies, they will not take you seriously the next time you ask them not to lie. So if you are telling them not to steal and they see you stealing daddy's money, yes, when they see you stealing daddy's money, they will not take you seriously the next time I tell them not to steal. Things like that. They learn faster when they see you practice these things you're asking them not to do. Another thing is to narrate personal experience. Children love to, they love stories a lot. They learn more when you tell them stories. They learn faster with stories. So as children, as parents also, you need to narrate personal experience. Maybe something that happened when you told a lie, or when you stole as a child, what happened to you, or when you were honest, what happened when you were honest, how did the whole thing turn out when you told the truth and all that, or what happened when you helped somebody, in the past when you were younger. Just tell them personal experiences. They will learn faster that way. Another way is to reward good behavior. If your children do something nice, or maybe they did something wrong and they came out to tell you the truth, have a system, build a system where you can reward good behavior. When they are honest, you reward them. When they do not steal, when you expect them to steal, you reward them. When they do something nice, build a system that can reward these children. Another thing is communicate effectively. Don't just say do this and you go off. Explain. Children love it when you explain to them what you're asking them to do. You tell them the advantages and the disadvantages of doing that thing. They will learn faster, and they will be more confident to practice those things because they already know what will happen when they do it and what will happen when they don't do it. So you need to communicate effectively, you know, with them. And also, when things happen around, maybe on the television news and all that, read the news to them and ask them what they would have done if they were in that situation. It's part of a way, it's part of one of the ways you can communicate effectively, to these children. And last but not the least, one of the ways you can inculcate this good moral value into your children is to monitor the programs they watch on the internet and the television. Monitor their internet and television use. You need to monitor the programs they watch, the kind of movies they watch. Do they promote good moral values? Do they teach them violence, or do they teach them love? What kind of values do these, programs that they watch online, on the internet and on TVs, what moral values do they teach these children? So you need to monitor what they watch, what they see, because they learn through what they see, what they listen to, and what they hear people talk about. Those are the ways they learn. So you need to monitor what they watch. You need to monitor what they listen to. You need to monitor what they give, what the kind of toys they spend their time, with, the kind of games they play. You need to monitor all those things, and by so doing, you'll be able to at least arrest some bad behaviors before they grow out of hand. All right. With this little point of mine, I've come to the end of today's topic, and I hope you have learned something very new, something you have been hearing before that you don't know what it stands for. I know you have gained one or two insights into all these things that we have talked so far. So one thing we are only asking you is to follow our page. Please follow our pages, like our pages, share our pages, subscribe to our channels, and we pray that the Lord will bless you. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for watching today. Have a lovely time. And from me and from everybody in the studio, we are saying goodbye.